everyone, John C. Hickman here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because this isn't really a video just to watch. It's one to take part in. So before we begin, grab something to write with. Could be a notebook, a scrap of paper, it could be your laptop, your phone, whatever feels easiest. There isn't a right or wrong way to do this because today we're simply going to spend 10 minutes journaling together. If you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know that I spend a lot of time talking about meditation and allowing. That's because, in my experience, learning to come back into the body and allowing whatever you're feeling to be there is one of the biggest pieces of recovery from chronic symptoms. Meditation helps us get out of our heads and back into the body. Instead of constantly asking, why am I feeling this? We practice letting the feeling simply be there. We notice sensations, emotions, and tension without trying to fix them. And in doing that, we create space for the nervous system to settle and for emotional energy to move through us naturally. Journaling, on the other hand, has a different job. Rather than bringing us into the body, which it can do, I feel as if journaling gives the mind somewhere to empty itself. Instead of thoughts endlessly going round and round inside your head, they have somewhere to go. You can vent, you can complain, you can plan, you can question things, you can hear different parts of yourself. You can write complete nonsense if that's what comes out in your journaling. Both practices, meditation and journaling, are valuable. For me, journaling was a huge part of my recovery from stomach problems and back pain. It helped me understand what was going on inside me and gave me somewhere to express everything that had been bottled up. But I also found that journaling alone wasn't quite enough, which is why I combined journaling with learning how to come back into my body through meditation. That's when things really started to shift for me. So I don't see journaling and meditation as competing with each other. I see them as doing different jobs. One helps the mind empty itself, the other teaches the body that it's safe to feel. Today's practice is based on something often called stream of consciousness journaling. I also call it brain dumping. It simply means writing whatever comes into your mind without stopping to think, edit, or judge it. There are no rules. It doesn't have to make sense. Your handwriting can be messy. Your grammar can be terrible. You can swear if that's what comes out. You can repeat the same sentence 50 times if that's all your mind has. The only thing I'd encourage you to do is keep the pen moving, or the pencil. I have a pencil. If your mind goes blank, literally write, I've got nothing to write. Just keep going. If that's all that comes for a while, keep writing it until something else appears. I've got nothing to write, and this is all nonsense, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Nobody has to read this. In fact, you can go away afterwards if you want to and rip it up. You don't have to produce something worth keeping. Simply give your mind permission to empty itself onto the page. We're also going to do something slightly different today as well with this journaling practice. Every couple of minutes, I'm going to invite you to stop writing for about 20 seconds. During those pauses, we're not going to analyze anything. We're simply going to notice what's happening in the body. So we're going to pause every so often, every couple of minutes, and stop. And I'll ask you, how's your breathing? What sensations can you notice? What emotions are here? And can you simply allow them to be there for a few moments? It doesn't matter what arises for you. I'll guide you through that when that's going on. And then we'll go straight back into the writing. I like to think this of pendulating between the mind and the body. We write, then we feel. Then we go back to writing, and then we go back to feeling. I'm sure it's been called somatic journaling online, but I'm calling it pendulating. It's a lovely way of letting both parts of ourselves have some space. Writing, feeling, writing, feeling. One final thing before we begin. You do not need to discover anything today. You do not need to have a breakthrough in this journaling practice. You do not need to write something profound. Maybe this session will simply help clear your head a little with whatever is going on for you right now. Maybe something important will come up. Sometimes it can do. Maybe you'll just spend 10 minutes writing complete rubbish or nonsense. Every one of those outcomes is completely okay. It's completely valuable. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So let's begin. Let me click a pause on this. I'm going to put a 10-minute timer on. I know I probably should have prepared this. But let me just do it now on my laptop. Okay, 10 minutes. So every couple of minutes I'm going to stop us from writing, but whenever you're ready, get your pencil and begin. I'm going to go quiet, obviously. I'm not going to be saying what I'm going to be journaling. So whenever you're ready, just go for it. Even if you have nothing to write, just keep writing absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be profound. It could be that you're planning something. It could be that you're just talking gibberish. I mean, personally, I've just repeated the same thing over and over again. None of it matters. Just 10 more seconds before we take a pause. Just keep going for 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so pause your writing. Just for 10-20 seconds, I'd like you to close the eyes. If you'd like, you can place one hand on the chest, you can place one hand on the belly. Gently closing the eyes and just notice, how does the breath feel? It may feel calm, it may feel not so calm, it may feel chaotic, it may feel shallow. Can you just let the breath feel the way it's feeling right now? Notice how the body's feeling. Is it feeling calm or is it feeling restless? Perhaps you're not feeling much at all. Can you let this be the way it is? And notice if there are any emotions here for you. Perhaps you feel happy and grateful and joyful. Maybe you notice you're feeling some fear or irritation. Either way, can you let any emotions be here? Just staying with the body for another couple of seconds. And then whenever you're ready, opening the eyes, go back to the journaling. You can pick up exactly where you left off, or you can just go somewhere new, go in a completely different direction if you'd like to. "30 more seconds before we take a break again. "10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pause again and go in the body. Sorry if you're on a bit of a roll with the journaling. You're also free to just keep going and not doing the body checks if you'd like to, but if you'd like to join me in taking a moment to stop writing, gently closing the eyes, and again, just check how the breath is doing. Doesn't matter if it's feeling calm or not so calm. You don't have to relax anything or change anything. Just notice how the breath is feeling, and can you allow it to be this way? Taking your attention to the body, how is your body feeling? Where's your attention going? Perhaps it's going to the same places, perhaps you're still not feeling much at all. There are no right or wrong feelings in the body. It could be things feel tight, it could be that you're feeling some sort of symptom, it could be you're not feeling anything. Either way, can you allow this to be here? And noticing any emotions as well. Perhaps you're feeling afraid, perhaps you're noticing doubt or confusion or irritation, restlessness, whatever you're noticing emotionally. Can you let this be here? Maybe there's joy, maybe there's happiness, maybe there's peace. And then whenever you're ready, opening the eyes, let's go back to the journaling. Let's go for longer than 2 minutes this time. Let's go for 3 minutes. So we're going to do one more pause in the 3 minutes. So again, going back to the journaling, you can go back to the same subject if you want, or start on something new. So at the 2 minute mark, one more minute before we take another pause. Twenty more seconds before we take our final pause. 10 more seconds. Three, two, one, and let's pause. Let's take our final pause. So again, you can keep journaling if you'd like, or you can join me doing this body check. So stopping the journaling, closing the eyes, and again just checking in with the breath, the body, emotions, noticing what's coming up for you. I can feel this check-in for me is slightly different than the previous two. There's an increased heart rate, more energy. I was journaling about some anger. It all got a bit intense just then, so I'm noticing a lot of irritation in the body, some anger, lots of restlessness in the body. And I'm just letting this be here. I'm not trying to calm it down. I'm not trying to change it. Perhaps you're noticing something similar, or maybe, again, you're noticing nothing, or maybe you're noticing doubt or feelings of, I can't quite do this, I'm not doing it correctly. And instead of trying to change what's arising for you, can you just be in this state of being? How's it affecting your breath? How's it affecting the body? This energy in the body is safe to be here, even if it doesn't feel comfortable, especially if it doesn't. Just staying with the body for another couple of seconds. And then when you're ready, opening the eyes. And let's go to the final 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So going back to the journaling, you can pick up where you left off again, or you can start with something new, whatever it is. Got about a minute left. Just keep going for another minute. Doesn't matter what you've spoken about. Doesn't matter if it's been complete nonsense or if you've come up with a plan or there's been an epiphany. We're just clearing the mind of what's going on. You can go in any order, any length of time, any intensity. Thirty more seconds. 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's let it go off. Perfect. So that's our 10 minutes. Whenever you're ready, you can put your pen down, or you can keep writing if you'd like to. You can, if you have put your pen down, taking one more slow breath, notice how your body feels compared to 10 minutes ago. It could feel the same, or maybe you feel lighter. Maybe you feel exactly the same. Maybe something unexpected came up. Maybe nothing much happened at all. Every one of those different experiences is completely normal. Doesn't have to be any major epiphanies. Remember, the goal of journaling isn't to write something brilliant or solve your whole life in 10 minutes. Sometimes it's simply about giving yourself permission to express whatever is already inside, instead of carrying it around all day. You can come back to this practice whenever you'd like. You can come back to this video whenever you like, or you could do it yourself whenever you like. You might do it every morning, afternoon, every evening. You might do it before a meditation or after a meditation. You might do it at some other point in the day in between work. You might use it when life feels overwhelming or when you've got lots of thoughts circling around your head. I know these days that's when I do it. Over time, you'll probably find that journaling and meditation each give you something different. Journaling helps the mind express itself, and meditation helps the body process what the mind can't think its way through. Two different values. Together, they can be a really powerful combination. Now, a lot of people get better just with journaling and just with meditation. That's fine as well. But as always, thank you for joining me. Take care of yourself. Anything you'd like to share, you can do so below. And just to kind of show you how I go about journaling after I've written something, and you can see I was actually writing something, I always tear it up, personally. You may not do that. If I'm doing it on my computer, I delete it straight after. But to kind of show that it didn't matter what I wrote, in what order, the whole purpose of the exercise was just get everything out, and however you feel afterwards is however you feel afterwards. Any questions you have, please ask below. If you'd like to share what came up for you, please do so below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you soon in the next video.